Carol is with us in the booth. Her water polo team enjoying a improved season. 2nd and 10. Huskies bring the pressure. Ooh, pass is dropped. Like that was number 28 there for Orange Coast. 28, 88. Apologize, I think it might have been 88. Zion McGee with the drop. 3rd and 10. Another opportunity for the Huskies to get off the field here. Drop back pass, short completion to number 19. And he dives ahead, gets enough again. A bugaboo for this defense. They just give up just enough for the opposing team to keep the chains moving, Albert. They needed 10 on that one. They got 11. The pass went for about 5 or 6 yards, and he ran for another 5 more. It was Jackson Trirotola. Might have to keep calling his name a lot the way things are going for the Pirates right now. 1st and 10 from the 34. Oh, that's a quick tackle there. Trirotola did not get much. In fact, he might have lost a yard. Like that might have been Trayvon Thomas in on the tackle for loss. 8:51 first quarter, no score. This is Orange Coast's first drive with the ball. Huskies, unfortunately, able to get a first down, but they couldn't get anything more after that. And they had to punt. So 2nd and 13. There's a blitz, and they got him! Trey Coburn came off the corner, hit the quarterback first. Looks like head coach Bobby Godinez has found some drafted up some new blitz packages for the Huskies after looking at the tape from last week. Huskies had a hard time getting into the backfield, pressuring the running backs and quarterbacks of Golden West. So now 3rd and a long, very long, short dump off pass to Trirotola. He's tackled at the 40. Trey Coburn with the tackle. And Pirates will have to punt. It's a little bit out of there. Looks like it's definitely out of their field goal kicker range. It would have been about a 55, 57-yard field goal. Not too many kickers at this level, Albert, that have that type of leg.
Very rare. Very rare. and if they do, what are they doing here?
Exactly. So, punt. Not going to be fielded. It looks like it's going to go. Oh, takes a interesting bounce at the 4. I think that's where it's going to be down. Yes. So, good punt by Orange Coast to back up the Huskies' offense. ELAC will take over at their own 4 with 7:12 left in the first quarter, no score. Also in the booth today, we got the old head coach, Rick Gamboa, has joined us, blessing us with his presence today. Huskies here will have to be a little careful as they're about backed up their own end zone. A run. This is Cameron Renner on the run. He gets out to about the 10 before he's kind of gang tackled. So it'll be 2nd and 4. Actually a good run on first down, not just because of the yardage, but to be able to get your offense some breathing room being so close to your own end zone.
Yeah, a nice 6-yard run is a good thing, to get things started on that first down, especially after their first possession. Nice way to kind of at least try to set the tone.
Yes, indeed. So 2nd and 4. Two guys in the backfield, including with the quarterback now. One of the running backs flanked to the right. Short pass complete to number 4, Kennedy Lewis. caught the ball at the markers, got an extra yard. He'll move the sticks. First down, Huskies. 6:19 to go, first quarter, no score.
Excellent catch to advance those change, and a good presence of mind to stay in bounds on there too.
Yeah, definitely want to stay in bounds. Obviously, clock is not a issue this early, and again, there's no score. So, play action. Alvarez rolls out, throws out of bounds, incomplete. Looks like he might have been looking for Andre Watkins, either Andre Watkins or Bryson Corbin, but there's a flag. Looks like it might have came on late. It's on the far sideline by the 20. Let's see what they call. Illegal man downfield. Back to Huskies up 5.
An unfortunate penalty there, but not necessarily drive killing at this stage.
No, not drive killing, especially because at least it wasn't a dead ball foul.
Yeah.
No. First and 15 from the 10. 5:54. Clock stopped at 5:54 in the first quarter. No score. Huskies trying to get something going. Definitely had troubles on offense, and it looks like there's going to be a delay of game penalty. So delay a game. Oh no, they're going to call the timeout. Unless they got the timeout in before the delay of game.
Yeah, looks like the timeout definitely beat the actual flag throw for the delay of game. So fortunate timeout call there.
Heads up play by Coach Godinez. I'm sure though he didn't want to burn the timeout so early in the game though. So he's going to have a word about communicating the plays, getting into from the sideline to the group on the field. Huskies looking to snap a 2-game snide, as we were saying earlier, Albert. They had a rough go at it on the last 2 road games. They got wiped out at Fullerton, 51-0, and they fell behind in the second half to Golden West. Golden West with 28 unanswered points before the Huskies tried to mount their comeback. Comeback got short-circuited by what was a fumble right before the goal line by a Husky wide receiver, trying to extend his arm. And the ball slipped out of his hand before he got to the end. The ball got to cross the plane, and it cost the Huskies a chance to come from behind late in the fourth quarter. High snap, but Alvarez corrals it. He's looking, he's in trouble. Throws out, complete. Out to the 19. He did well to get out of trouble.
And a good pass to actually bring him with a chance to convert here on 3rd and 7 now.
Yes, it's a little long. Well, they're saying, I guess, yes, it's 3rd and 7. They haven't changed down the down mark. Oh, deep pass and incomplete. Really nobody in the area. Well, Alvarez thought maybe he might have had. Maybe he thought he had Jalen Moore, but really there was nobody in the area, and the receivers that were anywhere close were well defended. So Huskies will have to punt from well within their own from their own territory.
And I haven't seen many deep balls executed, from the Huskies so far this season. But one thing I have noticed is fairly short catches and the receivers being able to gain a lot of yards after the catch or even after contact.
And you know what? That's not even. Oh, I guess we thought it was 4th down. It was actually 3rd down. Okay, so there's a swing pass to the outside. Got some room here, and he's going to get he trucks over a couple defenders before he is tackled. That's Jake Honstetter.
And that is going to be enough to convert. And it's funny, sir, I just said, the Huskies don't really throw the deep ball, but they're pretty good at throwing those nice quick short passes and very good at getting the yards after the catch or after the contact. That's exactly what they did.
And they did, and they might have even stolen it down because we thought it was that after that incomplete pass, it was 4th down. But
I think they probably just went for it. It's like 3rd and 7. Let's just go for it.
That could be true as well. So first set of downs at the 43. Oh, pass is incomplete, almost picked off. It was dropped by Honstetter. Honstetter, a sophomore. 6-foot sophomore out of Clarkston, Michigan. Coach Godinez has actually been able to get a few Midwesterners on the team the past few years. So 2nd and 10 from the Huskies 43. You got 4:35 left in the first quarter, no score. Make a point about the type of pass plays you've been seeing from the Huskies. Drop back pass, short completion, escapes a defender, hits to the sidelines, and gets the first down as he's ran out of bounds. Keandrick Douglas. That's one thing the Huskies can do well is even on those short passes, they got some playmakers at the wide receiver and running back positions. They can catch it and run, and they can make some defenders miss.
Excellent agile speedsters on this roster.
Indeed. Now, on the flip side, most of the opponents the Huskies have faced so far also follow a similar blueprint in terms of their offensive execution. Even with Allen Hancock was definitely more of a running team. But even with Golden West and Fullerton, they were mostly run-heavy teams, as this is a handoff. End around, got some room, spins around a couple defenders before he's gang tackled. DeAndre Knox takes the end around, and looks like he's got enough for a first down. Clock's moving at 3:45 and counting. Huskies have the ball first time in Pirate territory.
Excellent run for, I'd say, about like 11 yards or so.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 from the Pirate 36. Alvarez, a second-year man out of Santa Fe Springs. Did good job as backup last year. Play action, well disguised, but nobody's open. Alvarez has got to hurry. Dump pass complete. And he's running, and he's got tripped up by the turf monster at about the 14. And Keandrick Douglas caught a short dump off and found daylight. He tried to shift his body inside, thought maybe he had an angle to the end zone, but got tripped up by the turf monster. Either way, a big game for the Huskies. Good drive.
Despite the unfortunate shortcoming, it still was an excellent play as it does move the chains and gets a nice fresh set of downs.
And one thing you see Alvarez is doing so far is he's taking what the defense is giving him. He's not trying to force the action. He's reading the defense and executing the game plan offensive coordinators have for him. He's using his talent around him. 1st and 10. Pitch outside. This is Gabriel Floyd, who hops over a couple defenders, his specialty. He's tackled at about the 9. And you're going to see Floyd in these situations, in red zone situations today. Not so much at cornerback, but you're going to see him in the red zone because that's kind of his specialty. He's scored the most amount of touchdowns on the team, and that's because they use his 6'3". What's his size here? He's 6'3", 235, and he's very agile, very athletic. He's got a lot of interest from the 4-year level and beyond right now. So 2nd and 6, at the 10. Alvarez drop back, quick pass, incomplete. Looks like he was looking for Kennedy Lewis and threw it to his backside. Threw it behind Lewis. So this will be 3rd and 10. And again, it's not 3rd and 10. It's 3rd and 6. Again, it's 3rd and 6, not 3rd and goal. Huskies just need to get to the 4 for a fresh set of downs. Huskies are well within field goal range, but particularly with their struggles on offense the past 2 weeks, Albert, they got to be thinking mostly 6 here. Think about trying to prioritize and get into the end zone. 3rd and 6. Alvarez, play action, pass, complete, touchdown! Jalen Moore catches ball in the middle of the end zone. 6-0 Huskies with the extra point pending. Good-looking drive there by the Huskies. Able to actually, I would say they mixed it up, but really they mixed it up mostly with their passing. There's the short passing and the intermediate passing. So here we are at extra point. This is Ethan Rodriguez. Boots it up and through. 7-0 lead for the Huskies, 1:35 left in the first quarter. Actually, it's been a while since the Huskies have scored first in the game. I believe that it was their first game down at Grossmont was the first time they, first game where they scored first. I believe Alan Hancock scored first when they were here 3 weeks ago. And of course, past 2 road games, both Golden West and Fullerton scored first. Unfortunately for the Huskies, Fullerton scored first and often. We'll get the ball set up here for kickoff. One thing to look for this season is the Huskies' improvement in their special teams. Fullerton game notwithstanding, last year they had all sorts of trouble kicking placement, extra points and field goals, and really it cost them at least 3 games last year, but they were able to get that part straightened out. For the most part, you'll see they have a different kicker for field goals than they do for kickoffs. Let's get ready. Boots the ball from the 35, up in the air. It's going to be fielded about the 11. Makes his way up court, switch sides, but he's tackled. Looks like Tim Fleischert was in there first to make the tackle on number 25, Toby Lau. So Orange Coast will set up at the, looks like the 18-yard line. Usually anytime you can get the offense to start inside that 20 is a good thing if you're on the defense. Give the offense a longer field to work with. So 1st and 10 from the 18. Short pass complete on the far sideline, pushed out of bounds. Joseph Flanagan, tight end for the Pirates, got the catch. As was joined by the owner of Sportsnet USA, Ed Ford. It was good to see him. Adding some his technical acumen. 2nd and 3 here for Orange Coast. Drop back pass. Oh, they got him. Huskies blitzed and got home. Like Camarena. Tymia Jackson. At least somebody else might have been there too. We'll give it to Camarena and Jackson. Well-timed, well-designed, well-timed blitz there, Albert. It'll be 3rd and 10. Loss of 7 on that sack. At the punt. From inside their 20. To Gable Floyd back to receive at the 42. Did we mention he already has 2 punt returns for touchdowns this season? And we got zeros here. Brings us to the end of the first quarter. Huskies 7, Orange Coast 0. We'll take a short little break here, and we'll be back on SportsNetUSA.net. Start of second quarter here at Weingart. Huskies up 7-0 as they're about to force Orange Coast College to punt. Huskies looking at good potential field position, and with Gabriel Floyd, you always got to count the opportunity for more than that, as he already has 2 punt returns for touchdowns this season. Punt is nearly blocked. It's going to be short. It's going to take a weird, it's going to take a Husky bounce and down at the Orange Coast 42. So good pressure to kind of force a short punt. Huskies set up a very good field position as they're going to take over on Pirate territory. 14:51 left in the half. So Orange Coast comes into this 0-4 on one in conference play. And after the past 2 weeks that Huskies have, actually Orange Coast is an ideal opponent for Huskies to try to fix some things and get back right going into the bye week next week. 1st and 10. Ooh, a nice play action. Alvarez, nobody open, forced to throw it away, but a good play action fooled the Orange Coast defenders. He tackled a running back with an empty hand.
An excellent block to, keep the play alive and give his quarterback a chance, but, Orange Coast defense was a little bit too solid there. No receivers open.
Right. Alvarez getting the play in from the sidelines. 14:44 on the clock. 2nd and 10 from the Orange Coast 42. Alvarez in the gun. Hands off. This is number 10. He's a speedster. He's tackled. Looks like his forward motion stopped at the 37. Tyler Smith.
A nice gain of about 5 there.
And Smith, he's got a nice burst of energy. I'm calling the main running back. That would go to main running back duties. Usually goes to Jake Honstetter, but you can call Smith a good change of pace back. You think of your typical NFL 3rd down back, so to speak. So they're going to say it's a long 5. So 3rd and a long 5 from the Orange Coast 37. Alvarez, play action, pass outside, over the head. Tyler Smith.
An excellent drawn-up play, and certainly had his man, but just overthrew him.
Yeah, and sorry, that wasn't Smith. That was Bryson Corbin. Just barely overthrew him. So the Huskies are they're gonna have to force the punt. They don't have a guy that can hit from 50 either. So, but this is not a bad thing for the Huskies, to be able to, even though they couldn't advance the ball into at least field goal range, they can play the position game, field position game.
Yeah, a nice, excellent opportunity to try and pin the Pirates to well within their own territory.
And they do, as the fair catch is at the 8. At the 6.
Looks like the 7 or 6 yard line there.
Interesting spot to fair catch a ball. I mean, I can understand maybe not wanting to risk the Huskies downing the ball at the 1.
Had very little chance because, right as it made the fair catch, there were 2 Huskies about to swarm that player.
So good punt. Allowed enough hang time for the Huskies to Gunners to get downfield. And Orange Coast starts deep in their own territory at their 6, 13:43 left to go in the half. Huskies up 7-0. Huskies defense, unlike the past 2 weeks, they're responding. As Zach Camarena hurries to run onto the field. He's in the backfield, and Orange Coast tried to take advantage, but the pass is incomplete. It was dropped by Trevor Thomas. Had a couple Huskies draped on him as he tried to catch that. Huskies almost got caught with 10 men on the field. So 2nd and 10. Drop back pass. Complete. That's Marcus Royster on the catch. And he's going to move the chains. Got just enough for the first. Ball be placed at the 18. He got 11 on that catch, Albert. So Orange Coast with some breathing room. 1st and 10, 13-17 and counting in the second quarter. It was a blitz. Huskies have had good luck on the blitz so far. They're chasing the quarterback, flushing him out, and he's forced out of bounds at the 25. Well, they forced him out, but not before he picks up about 7. Note to keep an eye out for defensive field of Huskies is how well they defend the edges today. Golden West found a soft spot in the Husky defense last week on the outside, and they really burned the Huskies hard, especially in the second half. 2nd and 3, pass incomplete, pressure up the middle by a bunch of Huskies. Had Tamir Jackson, had Trayvon Thomas and Jaquez Harvey forcing the Pirate quarterback to throw early.
Great job by the Huskies there to force that incompletion with that pressure after that last little scramble.
Yep. So now 3rd and 3. Drop back. Oh, nearly blitzed again, but the short pass is complete. And he got some room here. He's running and pushed out at the 45, or maybe down more at the 45. Big gain for Orange Coast on a short pass, short dump-off pass to avoid the rush.
They shut them down on the night. Yeah, they did. They would have 5 more minutes.
It'd be a good way for Orange Coast to read the blitz and, throw the ball where the blitz is coming from. Figure they might have some open space there. So you got about, looks like maybe about a little over 20 on that play. So Orange Coast is in business here at their 45, 1st and 10 with 12 and 18 and counting. Second quarter. Huskies up 7-0. And the handoff inside goes nowhere. In fact, they lose 2. Bunch of Huskies down. Looks like Dre Towns might have been the first one to hit him. Again, this game is a good opportunity for Huskies to get well and get better on a lot of different fronts after the past couple weeks. As you got a Orange Coast player on his knee, taking a while to get up. It's number 54, Adam Nova. It's a freshman Costa Mesa, Estancia. The quarterback for Orange Coast is Zach Klingalton. 6'1" freshman out of Rancho Cucamonga, Wanda, excuse me. And it looks like number 54, gingerly walking off, but walking off mostly on his own power. Adam Nova is walking slowly to the sideline.
Looks like he's kind of shaking off his left arm, so it looks like it's probably like an elbow thing that he's dealing with there, since he was only taking, like, he didn't go down to the ground, he just took a kneel.
Right, so hopefully it's just a stinger. So on the tackle for loss, you got 2nd and 12 from Orange Coast 43. Huskies blitzing again. Short pass complete. A good tackle there by number 16, Brinkley Shoes. Good, nice little open field tackle to
it's going to take us about
take away
3rd
the
and 9.
opportunity for extra yardage. So 3rd and 9, only got 3 on that. 39 from the Orange Coast 46 with 11:35 left. Huskies up 7-0. Couple of Orange Coast goes 4 wide. Blitz is coming. He's got nowhere to go. He's caught. He's got dropped. Huskies blitz getting home today. Looks like Trayvon Thomas.
And number 90 on the sack.
So he got there first. He also had Tamir Jackson and Zach Camarena nearby. With the sack, Huskies forced to punt here. be 4th and 17. Orange Coast will have to punt from there. 37. High snap, corralled. Punts a line drive. Huskies will let it bounce, and it'll be down at the Husky 39. It looks like it'll be down to 38. Huskies past two Orange Coast punts have gotten close to getting a hand on the ball there. At the very least, they forced some shanks, or some off kilter, off balance punts that have.
It was very quick and hard to tell, but like to me, it looked like a Husky might have just grazed the ball, which forced it to actually take that little short, spiking tumble there.
Huskies kind of paying it forward from what happened the past couple of weeks. Run bouncing outside. Got some room. Gets knocked out at the 49. Jake Honstetter running hard.
Huskies quickly into Pirate territory here.
That's one good thing about playing the field position game is that obviously you need your defense to be able to get stops, and you need your special teams to execute, but giving your offense short fields to work with, even if they're struggling, you think sooner or later one of those short field opportunities they were bound to turn into points. 1st and 10 at the Orange Coast 49. Short pass complete outside. Loses a tackle. Still going. Tiptoeing down the sideline, and he's out. Kennedy Lewis did get down the field about 25 yards before his
Looks like they're calling him out around the 26-yard line there.
Okay, so he was at a 20-yard gain.
Excellent try. Tried to just tiptoe that line, but those line judges were all over him. Like, no, you're out. Good try.
But he got about 20 on it, so you got to tip your hat to him for that. As Huskies now have 1st and 10 on the Orange Coast, looks like it's right outside of their 27. 9:25 left in the second quarter. Huskies up 7-0. Alvarez in the gun, fakes the handoff, throws outside, complete. Looking for a man, looking to elude a couple of tackles. He doesn't, but not before he gets 7 or 8 on the catch and run. Jalen Hutton on the catch there for the Huskies. So you see there's a game plan here that the Huskies are looking to execute, which is we talked about a few minutes ago, which is executing on these short pass plays, particularly these swing passes. Oh, pass complete, and is in. He got it, touchdown! Caught it on the back shoulder. Jalen Hutton got the catch on the far sideline, back shoulder, spun around, stayed in bounds, got into the end zone. Huskies up 13-0. Looked like it might have been a bit of a fade route to outside, but again, he caught it on a not quite back shoulder, maybe back elbow, Albert, but good ball placement there by Alvarez.
Alvarez threading the needle there, like great, backpedaling catch, and then kind of spun around back into the end zone, like from that defender there. Just an excellent play. Like the execution was crazy, but just, how they pulled that off was just even more amazing altogether.
And again, that's another sign of an offense getting right, being able to take those shots downfield. It was a sideline pass, but it was sideline downfield. And because the Huskies have been able to move the ball using the short and medium plays, running and passing, it opened up opportunity like that one-on-one coverage. So Huskies get another 7. It's 8:30 left in the half. They're up 14-0 as they're about to kick off. And this is basically what the doctor ordered for the Huskies to get well after the past 2 weeks. Yeah. Huskies still are dealing with a lot of injuries, Albert, but with a game like this, if they can continue to do what they're doing, then with the bye week coming up next week, you're basically giving the team basically 2 weeks to get some of their guys who are on the men to be able to get ready for Long Beach. It'll be the President's Cup. Short hopper goes all the way down, squirts out of the hand of Orange Coast. He's having trouble. He's going to have to. Oh no, he's going to get tackled. Oh, the ball's loose. It's a fumble. What's going to be called? They had a flag on the play. So he tried to pick. Orange Coast player tried to pick the ball up, dropped it, fumbled it, dropped it a couple of times, picked it up. He was in the end zone, tried to run out, but then fumbled again. And then at the end of the play, there was a flag thrown.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure the ball stayed in bounds, so either that would be a safety or to somehow a touchback, if the penalty allows.
Let's see. Yeah, so that's a live ball, as the old ball coach Gamboa tells us. So we'll see. We're gonna safety awarded to the Huskies, and then a dead ball, personal foul call against the Huskies, but they'll take that given that they just got it tacked on the extra 2. So it'll be a safety awarded to the Huskies, and then a personal foul assessed against the Huskies. Either way, game is scored 16-0, 8:20 left in the second half. Thinking that is that you're gladly exchanged the 15-yard personal foul to get 2 points on the board, Albert.
Easily. And, like that already was an excellent punt, by the Huskies, trying to pin the Pirates back in their own territory. But, as a returner, if you see that the ball's taking a funky bounce based off of where it was, probably around the 10, maybe 13-yard line, I think is where I saw it initially land.
Probably just let it go.
If you can't feel that on 1 or 2 hops, let it go past. It's a touchback.
Yeah.
Let it go into the end zone if you cannot field that ball.
Wait a minute, hold on. Now, they called the personal foul on the Huskies, right?
I think the foul was on the receiving team.
Okay, well, it looks like it because they have to have the kick from the 10. I thought when they signaled the personal foul, they signaled it against the Huskies, but I guess it's against Orange Coast because Orange Coast has got a kick from instead of kicking from the 25, they get a kick from the 10. And usually on kicks from off a safety is a free kick, so you're not going to get the same oomph on the leg of the ball. So the Huskies are really set up to be in really good shape. Huskies got 2 men back at their 27, 28. Okay, so I thought maybe it'd be a free kick, but instead they're gonna let them kick it off the tee. But again, you're thinking probably a short kick here. Either way, and there's the kick, and it's going to be caught and fielded by number 32. The Huskies advances it 5 yards. Looks like the Huskies should have set up shop at the Orange Coast 31. Andre Watkins. If you want someone to catch that type of spiraling short punt, you want a running back, someone with better hands.
So it's a fascinating turn of events here. Because if it really wasn't for that penalty assessed onto the Pirates, they would have been able to at least, kick it away and not have cost them so much more than just the 2 points. They could give up, another 6+1 here.
You could. And the penalty now, it adds insult to injury that the Huskies have to start with great field position. This is Julian Harris, and he's going to use his legs to scamper upfield. Gets about 14 yards to the Orange Coast 18.
Excellent run, moving those chains.
Harris, he got the frame. 6'5", 215. He's a freshman out of Mission Viejo. Harris started the season as the starter, but coaches swapped to Alvarez and went with a platoon because they felt Alvarez was better adept at executing the offense. Harris, deep Ball down, incomplete. He was looking for the Gabriel Floyd. Floyd got a little separation, but he couldn't get an extra step. We needed to haul that one in.
Hard pass to make.
Yes.
Like with that type of separation. It's like if you overthrow it, you got to hope your receiver can make it. But if you underthrow it, you risk throwing an interception. But at least in that case, probably better to overthrow it and have it incomplete than actually cause a turnover altogether.
One thing you'll see with Julian Harris is he likes to throw the ball downfield, but sometimes the coaches, they want him to read the defense a bit better and maybe take those short intermediate passes. Second, it is a short intermediate pass out to the sideline, complete, upfield, knocked out of bounds about the 10. It's complete to Keandre Douglas. And looking for official placement of the ball. Looks like they're going to place it at the 11, have him out at the 11. Or 12, so it's going to be 3rd and 3 from the Orange Coast 12. But now we're seeing this red zone offense. This is the red zone offense that the Huskies have shown most through the year, with Harris in, using his size, and also number 1 also in. And there's a run to number 21, and he bowls his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Just cuts through the middle of the defense, finds the end zone. Huskies up 20-0 with the extra, 16-0 with the,
16-0 plus 6, 22.
That 2 point, the 2 points throws me off. I guess we're not used to seeing safeties around here too much, but 22-0. Thank you for straightening me out there.
23 pending the extra point.
There we go. Hope Dan Godino didn't hear that part. Extra point up, and it's good. 23-0. Huskies lead, 6:59 left in the second quarter. Everything going their way. And again, they needed this game, particularly after the past 2 weeks. They needed to show that they can execute on offense. Now, Orange Coast is not, unfortunately, not the same quality of opponent as Fullerton or Golden West. But still, you still need to be able to come out and have a game plan to execute it and show that you can execute it. If nothing else, to maybe get a little confidence back after facing 2 high-quality opponents on the road.
And like up until like that costly punt, the Pirates weren't out of it. It's still only the second quarter. There's still very much time for them to have gotten right back in the game. But that miffed punt cost them 9 points.
It was
9
actually
point
the
swing.
miffed kickoff return, the fumbled kickoff return.
Yes.
And yeah, so it ends up costing 9 points, and 23-0. Still got a lot of time here for the Huskies. That ball is booted into the end zone for the touchback.
See, that's what you got to do. It's got to let it go. If you can't do anything with it, just let it go.
And you would think that ball was pretty obvious because it was at least 10 feet in the air when it crossed into the end zone. So you would hope that would be an easy call. So Orange Coast will set up at the 25. They're 25. Now the Huskies defense had a bit of a blow here because they had it's been a little bit since they had to take the field, as the Huskies offense have been able to be on the field for two straight series. So let's see if the defense still has some spring in their step after a nice rest. 1st and 10, the 25. Some pressure inside. Run up the middle, doesn't get much.
Probably a gain of about 1.
And it looked like Trayvon Thomas was the first one to get there. Gonna give him a 1.5. But that's a good sign for the Huskies, is seeing getting stops on those runs, keeping 1.5-yard runs from coming into 4- and 5-yard runs. And that ball's dropped on the far sideline, incomplete.
Came very close to a deflected pickoff as well.
Isaiah Esquivel dropped that pass for Orange Coast. So 3rd and 9. Huskies defense, again, looking for opportunity to get off the field. Perhaps pin Orange Coast deep. Play action. Oh, good play all around by the Huskies. Snuffed off that pass. Actually, we're going to lose yards on that pass completion. So first, the pressure, the two Huskies were in the quarterback's face when he threw that little pass. And then on the completion, there was another Husky just right there, just sandwiched him.
Just fantastic and well-prepared coverage.
And again, showing that the Huskies have been watching tape from last week. They know that their Achilles heel against Golden West, especially the second half, was not be able to contain on the outside on runs. High snap, punts off though. Fairly short punt. It goes out of bounds at the Orange Coast. Look like maybe 42. Let's see what the referees mark it. They're going to say it went out at the Orange Coast 40. Once again, Huskies offense takes the field with a short, with the advantage. Only have to only need to go 40 yards to hit pay dirt.
And if you're a fan of the Pirates, you're just hoping, that your defense can, hopefully stop this very potent Husky offense this night.
Potent offense. Pirates have had issues on defense so far this season. They've been blown out in at least 3 of their past 4 games. There's a blitz, but the pass is caught and complete. And interesting enough, Jalen Moore looked like he might have got snagged on the catch and brought down, but he kept his knee from touching the ground and got an extra yard and a half as he kind of cartwheeled, spinned forward.
Excellent way to break the tackle, but it is, that contact that ultimately brings him down, but he's able to kind of stay afoot and just gain a few little, extra, air yards, as it were, because he kind of leaped for that extra set.
As we got 2nd and 3. Harris swings ball outside. Oh, dropped. Oh, man. That was Tyler. Looks like Tyler. No, is that Tyler Smith? No, 18, excuse me. That's Bryson Corbin dropped that. Would have been a first down catch there.
Another excellent design play, but, another receiver, unfortunately, unable to reel it in. And that hit Corbin right on the hands. Maybe he probably, looked away too soon, didn't see it all the way through. But, like those type of, throws that are coming away for you are always hard to deal with.
Yeah, but it looks like he's been called to the sideline, subbed out. So 3rd and 3, handoff up the middle. Like they wanted to see if they were able to push him forward. The refs are saying that he's a yard and a half short. Looks like the positioning where both sides refs are. So let's see what the Huskies do if they're gonna. I mean, this would be typically 4-down territory. I mean, it'd be kind of far for the kicker. So they're gonna go for it. On the marker is a little bit back of where the ball is. So it's basically 4th and 2. Harris in the gun. Direct handoff. Oh, they tried a double reverse, and they're going to call a false start. It looked like maybe one of the wide receivers took off early. Now, the back, so it's going to back the Huskies up from Orange Coast 33 to their 38. Now, if you're the Huskies, you could say, hey, maybe you'll continue to play the field position game that's suited them so well, maybe a short pooch punt. Or you could say, hey, you know what, this is 4-down territory. Our defense is playing well. Orange Coast hasn't been able to move the ball too much on us. So we'll take the shot here at 4th and 8. Harris now in exclusive lead past couple of the series here for the Huskies offense. Empty back set here. Harris looks to run first, but he's caught up. He's going to be sacked back at the Orange Coast 44. So it looked like that was a design run that Orange Coast defended well. You see that, particularly on upper levels of football where the empty backfield, you think you got 5 wide receivers that it's going to be a pass, but instead it's a design quarterback run. But Orange Coast had that one sniffed out, and they're going to take over at their at their 44. 3:42 left in the half. Huskies up 23-0 on the Pirates. So Huskies, they were in a position to take a gamble. Just didn't pay off. So Orange Coast now has pretty good field position. They're going to take over it, not too far from midfield. Waiting for the call to come in from the sideline, so now they're ready. Quarterback in the gun, drops back, pressure, and he's wrapped up, and he throws the ball away. Let's see if they're going to call it incomplete or he was wrapped up and in the process being dragged down, and he threw the ball away. So it looks like they're just going to give him an incomplete pass. But again, solid pressure by the Huskies, doing something that they haven't been able to do since probably their first week against Grossmont, which is get consistent pressure in the backfield, offensive backfield. So 2nd and 10 at the 44. Orange Coast are going to drop back, quick pass, and dropped. Pass was a little high, but it was still dropped by Marcus Royster. Thank you, Albert. Huskies caught a bit of a break there because that looked like they could have gone for at least 7, if not more, if he had just caught it and turned forward. But instead, 3rd and 10.
Another shot right to the hands, just dropped.
We've seen that on both sides so far tonight. (23-0). Huskies up, 3:31 left, 3rd and 10. Quick pass, complete, but he slides down short of the first down marker. Like he slid down at the midfield. It was like actually is on the Orange Coast side of the 50, and Orange Coast, down 23-0, not much to lose. They're going to go for it here. It'll be 4th and 4 from the 50. 3:03 and counting in the half. Huskies show blitz. They pressure. Pass is high and incomplete, but there's a flag on the far sideline. So will the Pirates get bailed out on a defensive penalty? Albert, that pass looked high to begin with.
Little high. Looks like the receiver might have gotten some hands on it. Oh, that's holding on the Huskies. That's going to be an automatic first down for the Pirates. Costly penalty there.
You're kind of wondering maybe if they needed to do that, being that the pass was high. You just take your chance trying to defend it normally. And one thing to give Husky credit, they haven't given up too much in terms of penalties so far in this game. But that one's pretty costly as now Orange Coast sets up shop at the Husky 40. First time in Husky territory. Husky drop back pass complete. Forced out at the Husky 36. We got 2:46 left in the half. Huskies up 23-0. Like Orange Coast might be speeding up the pace in their play calling. Thinking they would love to be able to get some points on the board before the half. 2nd and 6. Husky 36. Pressure. Pass again off the hands, dropped. Incomplete. Wonder if maybe the wide receiver there maybe heard footsteps of the defensive back. Blake Wiley had it on his hands and dropped it. One thing Coach Godinez preaches to his defense is get off the field on 3rd down. So far, they've done pretty well today, but this is a big opportunity for them. 3rd and 6. Drop back pass. Pressure. Quarterback eludes. He's going to get a first down here, and he's tackled at the 30. It's going to be at the 25. So a rare opportunity for Orange Coast as they eluded the pressure, and the quarterback there was able to scamper forward. Congalton. Fresh set of downs here as Orange Coast is looking for points here as they get closer to halftime, 1:56 and counting. Huskies up 23-0. in the gun. Drop back pass, pressure, lose. He's running again. He's got some more yards, and Huskies now have to think that they need to deal with a running quarterback as Orange Coast is adjusting, countering the Huskies' blitz plans here. Instead of just staying back there and risk getting hit, he's taking off. He got himself 6 yards there. So it'll be 2nd and 4 from the Huskies 20. 139 and counting. Oh, no, not counting as he ran out of bounds. 139 left in the half. 2nd and 4. Drop back. Blitz pressure. Pass complete. But he won't get much on that, if anything. 19. Jackson Chirotola on the catch, but he got dropped.
Looks like a tackle for a loss of about 1 because they were on the 20. Now they're on the 21.
So good solid tackle. Again, Huskies are doing better with finding their pass receiver on those short dump offs and not giving up any yards after the catch. So 3rd and 5 now from the Husky 21. Show blitz, short pass, almost intercepted, falls down incomplete. Aiden Ernst looks like he was on the coverage. So the Pirates look like they're going to come on and try to get 3 here. This will be 38-yard attempt.
First scoring opportunity here for the Pirates.
Something for them to hang their hat on as they go into the locker room. 54.2 seconds left. The kick is up and no good.
Just left of the post.
Huskies defense holds. And with 47.7 ticks left in the first half, excuse me. So the question is, will the Huskies try to execute some sort of under 2-minute drill? They only got 1 timeout. Or will they just simply kneel down and be happy to go into the half up 23? You hear the coaches call on the sideline, field goal ready, field goal ready. So it looks like the Huskies are going to try and use the clock to very least get into field goal range. So let's see. Harris drops back. Deep throw. Looking down the near sideline. Oh, incomplete. Overthrew Bryson Corbin by about 3 or 4 yards. One thing to watch about Harris is he's got the arm. He's got the arm, he's got the physique. The question is, his ability to play within the talents of his teammates, being able to elevate them. So we got 4 wide. Man in the backfield, flanks to the left. Harris gets the ball, drops back, short dump off pass complete. The number 21 looks to get upfield, but he's driven out of bounds at about the 20. So it looks like he's actually going to lose a couple of yards. The trade-off, though, is that he stops the clock at 31.8 seconds. So you think if you're the Huskies, 31 seconds left, maybe take another shot at it. You probably want to at least keep it in. Thinking about whether you want to run the clock out and keep it in bounds or you want to continue to go for it. Harris back to pass, but he's going to be gang tackled and brought down at the Husky 16. So Orange Coast decides they're not going to just concede to the Huskies' plans of trying to get the ball deep, quickly into the field goal range. They're going to stop the Huskies here. And with 15.5 seconds left in the first half, second quarter, Huskies will have to punt.
Orange Coast calls a timeout.
So I misspoke. I thought the Huskies only had 1 timeout, but they actually had 2. So they could have worked the clock a bit, but Orange Coast decided they were going to have none of that. 2 solid defensive plays on their end. The Huskies. Huskies have a bye week next Saturday before they go back on the road. It'll be their 4th road game of the season against 2 home games. But bye week next week, and 2 weeks from today, they'll be at Long Beach City College for the 2nd annual Clash of the Presidents Cup, taking on the Vikings of Long Beach City. And 3 weeks from today, they'll be back here at Weingart to face longtime rival Mount Sac. Here we still got 15.5 seconds left in this second quarter. Huskies are looking to punt. It looks like there needs to be a clock adjustment. So referees are asking for 22 seconds on the clock and not 15.5 as 22-2 reset on the clock. Richie Rosales manning the scoreboard, as he's done for years. So Ellis, a retired ELAC workout of shipping and receiving. Happy to have him with us, continuing to work the clock for us. So Huskies punt, a little bit of pressure. Ball gets the ball out, bounces at the 46, takes the Huskies bounce downfield. Huskies will let it roll, and they're going to blow it dead at the 35. So Orange Coast will take over with 7.7 seconds left. What do you think, Albert? You think they just take the knee and just go into the half, or you think they might try and for something deep?
I mean, like the Huskies, I believe, get the ball coming out of the half. You're not really going to risk anything taking a shot downfield. Just go for it. I try to get something. Either way, could pay off. You never know.
No, let's see. The quarterback, though, looks bunched. It looks like they're in the kneel-down pose, though. So it looks like they're just going to take it into the half as they kneel down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the teams will retreat to the locker rooms for halftime. Huskies lead the Orange Coast College Pirates 23-0. And we'll take a bit of a break here, Albert. Get some water. We got some tacos being served to, no, not tacos, burritos being served to the press box courtesy of M&M Tacos. They've been very faithful working with us. And we'll be back after the half. Huskies up 23-0 on Orange Coast College Pirates. This is SportsNetUSA.net. Huskies with a chance to put this one to bed early as they exit halftime up 23-0 on the visiting Pirates of Orange Coast College. I'm Cerwin D. Haynes, Sports Information Specialist for East LA College Athletics. Albert Robles is on the 1s and 2s, working his engineering magic.
Yes, sir.
As we got fresh 15 on the clock. Mentioned it throughout the first half, Albert. This is kind of a get-well, panacea get-well game for the Huskies, particularly after the past 2 weeks. They're now Orange Coast is not in the same class as other opponents that they faced so far, and in 4 games, Orange Coast has given up, averaging over 51 points per game. So the defense has struggled mightily so far this season. So the chance for the Huskies to be able to work some things out offensively, and they've begun to do so tonight. Also be a chance for them to get well defensively. Orange Coast scores averages less than 18 points a game, so not exactly offensive juggernaut. We've seen the Huskies defense be able to get into the backfield for sacks and TFLs. Now, Orange Coast did find something near the end of the half where their quarterback used the legs there to escape Huskies' pressure and move the ball downfield. didn't get anything out of it because they missed the field goals, 38-yard, and he missed to the left. So here's the kickoff here for the Huskies. And they booted all the way back to the 2 where it is caught and advanced forward. But a good gang tackle, gang tackle by the Huskies. It looked like actually Andrew Lewis got there first. So good kick. And this will be good field position for the Huskies defense.
I'm not quite sure what was on the returner's mind there, because at that point it's, start running forward, and then sure enough, he starts running north. Like, you're not going to gain much yards in return by running towards the sideline like he was on there.
No, and yeah, you need to get as many yards as you can if you're going to field the ball within the 5. So first down and 10, the pass is incomplete. Good coverage on the outside there.
Especially when you factor in just, how swarming and looming, the Husky defense has been all game. You want to fight for every extra yard you possibly can. You don't want to give up any advantage like that.
No, it's particularly after, the fiasco with the fumbled kickoff return. So run play here looked like a bit of a decoy handoff. Treotola gets about 5, and it'll be 3rd and 5 from Orange Coast 15, 14-26 and counting in this 3rd quarter. Again, Huskies up 23-0. Your ELAC, you would love to all likely get another 7 points here, get a nice 30-point lead, and maybe think about swapping out your starters, get them some extra rest. So 3rd and 5, pass to the outside complete. And gang tackled by a couple Huskies, 19 and 26. Mikel Bamey. And Justin Stinton. He's a wide receiver. It wasn't Stinton. But either way, the pass was good for first down. So 1st and 10 from Orange Coast, the 23. Drops back pass. Another drop. Pass was a little behind the receiver there, but probably say maybe it was still fairly catchable.
Got a hand on it. Like, I'd say more incomplete than an actual drop. Like the actual capability to make the catch would have had to be some extra effort. It wasn't like a guaranteed catch.
All right. Albert being very what's the word I'm looking for here? It's another run play here by the Huskies, but they snuffed this one out. And they only get about 2 yards there on the run. It'll be should be about 3rd and, we're going to call it 3rd and 7 from 27. Albert being very diplomatic on the description of that previous incompletion.
I kind of treat it like baseball and errors. Like if you had to go out of your way to try and make the play that required like extra effort and you don't come up with it, then it's not an error. It's just base hit. But like if it's easily playable and you mess it up, then yeah, that's an error. It's like same thing here. Like if it hits you dead to rights in the hands and you don't come up with it, then yeah, you drop that ball. But like if you have to like make an extra catch, you just barely get a hand on, don't come up with it, that's not on you. That's on your quarterback. Throw better.
And that failed conversions on Orange Coast as they got the completion, but didn't get much with it. Huskies did a good job of swarming to the ball, only allowed a couple of yards. So it'll be 4th and 6 from the 27. Maybe got half a yard on that. So Huskies, another good defensive series here. They need to, after the past couple weeks, need to put together a good defensive series. And for the most part, they've done so tonight. 12-16 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Orange Coast back to punt. And get it off. It's going to be fielded at the 40. Dances around, finds some room. Up the middle. Still on his feet. He's going. Skips he's still going. And he's finally brought down at the Orange Coast 10.
What a return.
Tyler Smith. We just talked about him in the first half. He said he's got good speed. And, man, he was able to elude a couple of tacklers and turn on the Jets and found that crease and angle, Albert.
It was like right around the 30. Like there was like, Pirate player that, oh, he's dead to rights here. And he just outright juked him out of his shoes and just kept on going.
Man, he must be saying, you know what? DeGable Floyd's been getting all these neglected punt returns. It's time for me to get one. Get in on the fun. So Husky special teams playing a big factor in their lead so far, as the Huskies set up shop at Orange Coast's 11-yard line. So they're able to get a first down without getting in the end zone. So 1st and 10 from the 11 is 11:57 to go in the third quarter. And try to kind of delay fake handoff with Trill keeping the ball himself. Harris only got about maybe a yard or two. Nope, they're going to say he lost a yard. Harris definitely has the size, but he's not, at least so far his Husky tenure, is not known to be like an electric runner. Not like a Terrence Gibson, if you think of last year's starting quarterback, who was just electric with his feet. Also a pretty darn good passer. So short pass complete. It's like Tyler Smith again, and he darts forward. He's down at looks like the 4. Huskies need to get to the 2 for a fresh set of downs, and of course they need 3 yards for a first and 5 yards for 6. Huskies again with the platoon of Frank Alvarez and Trillian Harris. Now Harris is in this series. So 3rd and 3, bunch formation, pitch outside to DeGable Floyd, who hops forward. He's close to the goal line, but again, the Huskies didn't need to get all the way to the goal line. They could have gotten inside the 2 for a fresh set of downs. Floyd, who enjoys just jumping over defenders. Looks like he used it there. Might have gotten the first. Let's see where they place the ball.
Looks like we're going to get a measurement here, or not. I look, by the looks of where they're putting the down marker there on the sideline,
it looks like, well, maybe.
Either he's just short or they're going to give it to him. Like, it was an excellent hurdle move by the runner on that pitch out. I definitely think he got the first down because, there's no way he made contact on that down marker. That's because he fell to the ground post the marker.
Right. But DeGable Floyd brought in often in these red zone situations. And, it looks like he's going to be about a foot short, maybe. He's less than a foot short.
Just barely short, you can see there on your screen.
Maybe give him maybe 8-9 inches.
A valiant effort nonetheless. Fantastic play.
So I'm going to say that there's a fair chance that you might see a quarterback sneak here. Because you got Harris in that quarterback, you got Floyd in as the tailback. We've seen this we've seen this against Hancock, where there was a play where Harris kept the ball and Floyd pushed him along to help him get the 2 yards he needed to get through to the end zone. So 4th and inches. Huskies going to very least go for the first down, asking for a reset of the clock. But they're going to set it go, 10:23 and counting. Let's see what the Huskies do. 4th and inches. They're going to pitch to the outside. Is DeGable Floyd for the outside? He knows he's got it. He's trotting into the end zone.
Just toying with him the entire time. He's like, oh, you're going to try and catch me? Did you see the return I made? No, you're not going to catch me.
He noted that there was no way he got to the corner before the defender could, and knew that there was no way the defender was going to catch him. So he just literally jogged into the end zone. So give 6 more for the Huskies. 29-0. 10:13 left in the third quarter. Extra point pending. Again, one reason why they like using Floyd in these short goal line or red zone situations is that with his size, as that kick is up and through. 30-0 now. Huskies lead. Pirates.
Hold Bulldog. Just a snap. Down for the ball.
Notice that you've seen Floyd mostly on offense today, not really on defense. You've seen him on special teams, but you haven't really seen him on defense. Coach Godinez told me a couple of days ago he's looking to kind of rest his legs a little bit. And with an opponent, Orange Coast, which again, not the caliber of the previous four teams the Huskies have played, Coach Godinez felt he could get away with playing Floyd mostly on one side or two sides of the ball, and not all three, as he usually does. And the scoreboard would say that Coach Godinez has a point because it's 30-0. Huskies lead. We wait kickoff. One thing Harris has done so far in this game better than he's done in previous weeks when he's been in is looking for the short intermediate receivers, like pass catchers. Oh, and there's another drop on a kick return, and he's gobbled up quickly by a bunch of Huskies. Maybe got to the 10, Albert. I say one thing.
At most the 10 for sure, at least the 9 there. Forward progress, definitely going to stop them. But another excellent punt, definitely got some good yards there. But that's literally the exact same spot that ELAC, placed the Pirates on their previous drive. Just excellent ball placement so far by other special teams.
Yeah, I think the special teams coaches are going to be overjoyed at the effort so far today. They kickoff coverage has been excellent. Actually scored 2 points off kickoff coverage thanks to a muffed return and a safety.
Scored another 7 off a penalty from that safety.
Indeed. And that's a short pass complete. I was going to say it's incomplete. It looks like maybe
pass deflected right there at the line.
Again, the Huskies doing something they haven't been able to do the past 2 weeks is generate consistent pressure in the offensive backfield. That's one thing Coach Godinez will look for as he gets more of his starters back healthy. Second down run here. It will kind of knife inside for maybe a few yards. I'm going to say maybe we're going to call it 1.5 yards, maybe a couple yards. It's going to be 3rd and 7 from right outside the 15. As the Huskies masterfully played the game of field position. Blitz coming off the corner. Quarterback, he eludes. He's going to fling it, and it's broken up on the far sideline. And that's number 25, Angelo Miranda, little kid out of Downey on the pass breakup. So Orange Coast will once again punt deep in there from deep in their own territory. They got 3 guys in front of the punter, so some sort of max protect scheme. Back, punts off, decent boomer. Fielded by DeGabriel Floyd at the 48. He runs to the near sideline, avoids one guy. Oh, mean blocking. That's going to get a flag for Floyd. Good return by Floyd to get down to the 28. But Zach Camarena looks like he's going to get flagged for an illegal block.
That looked pretty clean to me. It wasn't blindside.
It was blind, but it looked like he went shoulder to shoulder for one. Of course, you could question whether he kind of needed, because it looked like Floyd was already around the corner, around the defender, by the time Camarena made the block. But let's see what the referees call.
Did you see a flag thrown? Because I didn't see a flag
they
thrown.
threw the flag as soon as he made that block.
Might have been on the near side.
So they're going to call it, let's see. Most likely to be. So personal foul.
Yep, blindside block.
This will be 15 yards from the spot of the foul. So instead of the Huskies setting up shop again with a short field, they're going to have to be backed up into their own territory. 15 yards from the spot of the foul is going to give them the ball at the 40 to start with 8:53 left in the third quarter. Huskies up 30-0. Some of the key starters, the key players on offense in. Trill, Harris, those are passed at the feet of the receiver. Camary and Thornton. Maybe he's a little too eager to kind of complete that one. Again, Harris has the arm, he has the physique. He's got to work on chemistry with his pass catches and also placing the ball where they can best receive it. Second down pass, short, complete. Huskies Rebel got some space, got some blockers, and he's taken down. Honstetter with the catch and run. Looks like he'll get about 18 yards on that. They placed the ball at the Orange Coast 43, first down for the Huskies. 8:23 and counting in this third quarter. Huskies do have a third quarterback on the roster as Jillian Carter. It's a sophomore out of Westchester. So one of the Huskies score here. Maybe you'll see Carter. That pass is complete again. Honstetter up the sideline before he's pushed out at about the 20. They're going to say he's pushed out at the 19. So again, Harris, though, doing a better job of executing the offense in terms of getting those short passing plays into the hands of his playmakers. So he's doing a lot better job of it this game. So first and 10 from the 19 of Orange Coast. Harris, gun, fakes the handoff, decides to pass. Nope, he decides not to pass, and now he's going to run. All sorts of room here. He's going to the near sideline, and he's drugged down at the 9. Interesting play development there. First, he dropped back to pass. Then he looked like he was going to run. Then he
looked like he was going to throw it off.
And then he looked like he was going to throw because maybe he realized he wasn't past the line of scrimmage, so it looked like he wanted to throw. Couldn't find anybody. So then he decided to run. Good blocking there by the Huskies, though, giving him the room there. So going to see how many yards they give him.
That does give him the first down, so first and goal now.
Okay, so he got all 10 and then some. First and goal, handoff inside to Smith, who's tackled at the 6. So, okay, they're going to say the 7. So second and goal from the 7. Huskies looking to the sideline for the play call. You see the neon gloves out there, Albert? There he goes. There's offensive coordinator John Drummer. His gloves of signage. Big pass, short pass. Is it complete? Did he catch it? Looks like they are giving him. Yeah. Okay, so no, the pass was incomplete. Looked like maybe he had a chance. He might have thought he caught it on the ground as he was diving down, but they're saying no. Did not have two hands under the ball. So third and goal from the 7. Huskies get the play call from the sideline. 2 backs flanking. Oh, that ball's dropped. Harris is going to have to do something with it, and he throws it almost incomplete into the end zone. It was a drop, a snap. Actually, the snap looked like it was off center. So probably just did well to be able to get it off particularly without having it picked off. We did see that, unfortunately, last week. Harris was trying to gun the ball downfield, and he threw the ball into the end zone. Unfortunately, it was a Golden West player that was there to pick it off, and the Golden West defensive back returned it 85 yards back to the Huskies' 15. So kind of a disastrous turn of events. So 4th and goal here. Harris is going to give the run to Smith, who's in for the touchdown. You gotta love when a player just runs with confidence. You can see it the way he gets that initial burst when he gets his hands on the ball and gets the handoff. And that's what Tyler Smith has been doing tonight. As the Huskies now up 36-0, 5:44 left in the third. Extra point pending. If they weren't already up 30-0, you could say it was a bit of a gutsy call calling a run play on 4th and goal from the 7. Again, that's what confidence can do for you. Huskies have built up their confidence in spades in this game as that extra point is good. 37-0, 5:44 left in the third quarter. You can say in this game so far, Albert, that the Huskies, for the most part, on both sides of the ball, been able to do what they want against the Pirates.
With a few exceptions, so like this, I think like with their first possession, they weren't able to do much. They had to take it away. But since then, like it's been all Huskies, just dominating both sides of the ball.
And actually dominating all three sections of the game, offense, defense, particularly special teams, on their kick returns, and also on punting and punt returns. So they just trying to go for the baseball term, which we're Steven, Mr. Baseball Man, the complete game victory. See if they can keep the shutout going. Kickoff. Caught at the 7. And, did they call a fair catch? Looks like they called a fair catch. This is interesting, Albert, that the fact that this is what the second or third time now they've called a fair catch inside their 10. Now, I'm trying to understand the strategy on, wait a minute. So is there, maybe because there's a rule change, is there a rule change with you fair catch?
I believe like fair catch is the touchback.
Okay, so that's what it is. So that's, okay, so the fair catch was a touchback. So the Orange Coast gets the ball at their 25 to start. 5:42 left in the third.
And considering, the last 2 kickoffs to the Pirates, that's your best bet. Like that's going to give you an extra 10, 15 yards than what you've previously gotten. Just take those yards.
Absolutely. The Pirates have not had good goings there trying to return the ball on these kickoffs. At best, they've maybe gotten 5 yards or so before they get hit. And at worst, we already saw that in the second quarter. They fumbled it away in the end zone for a safety. Second and 5 here.
So realistically, this is their best field position they've had since the first half, and they were on their own 50.
Starting field position, yeah. There's a flag thrown as the play went off. We got a substitution here. As you see, Tamir Jackson come on for Trayvon Thomas. Thomas has played a really good game. Usually that flag is thrown in the area of offsides, and that's what they assess the Huskies with. So they needed 5. They got 5 on the penalty, so it'll be a fresh set of downs for the Pirates. 5:09 left in the third. First and 10 at the 35. Huskies up 37-0. Some pressure. Pass complete. Huskies gang tackle. Completion to Joseph Flanagan.
It's enough for the first down.
And there seems to be some commotion coming down from the side, sort of sideline. It sounded like they were getting extra spicy down there. Either way, first and 10 for the Pirates at their 46. Ball snapped in the gun. Short pass complete. Looking for some room, but Huskies don't give them any. Zion McGee. Mira Mesa open with that catch. Huskies wouldn't let them get any YAC, which they've been doing a pretty good job of today. 2nd and 7 from Orange Coast 49. 4:03 left. Pass, another short pass complete. Not much though. Chiritola. Fleischer on the tackle. Fleischer getting some, not just burn today, but having some impact tackles. Had a good tackle on a kickoff return. Nice tackle to help and get the Huskies defense off the field. 3rd and 5 from the Husky 49. Pass drop back over the middle, complete again. This time it'll be enough for a first. It looks like needed about 7. He got about, looks like 14 or 15 on that play. That was Trevor Thomas on the reception. I think it's only maybe the second, maybe the third time that Orange Coast has been in Husky territory. Only been in the Husky red zone once. And there's a flag thrown on the sideline. There's a flag thrown on the sideline, like, the flag was thrown on the sideline. First of all, the run didn't go anywhere, but there was a flag thrown on the sideline where the coaches were. So this would be interesting. So let's see what the call is. Oh,
Like Huskies were caught offsides yet again.
Oh.
And a sideline warning issued as well.
Coach Godinez is going after one of the referees. Apparently did not believe in that call. 1st and 5 now for Orange Coast at the Husky 30. 2:42 left. Another run play snuffed out from behind. Fleischhood again, having himself a nice game. That'll lose 2 yards. Well, actually, we're going to say a 3-yard loss. So 2nd and 8 from the Huskies 33. 2:14 and counting in this third quarter. Huskies up 37-0. Quick pass, complete, and then immediately dropped.
Pass complete to number 88, Jim McGee. Brought down by Husky. Number 25.
So Angelo Miranda dropped the pass catcher as soon as he caught it, but the pass still goes for about 7. So it'll be 3rd and 1 from the Husky 26. Quarterback shotgun. Runner flank to his right. Here comes the pressure. Deep pass. Nobody in the area, but there's a flag thrown. coming from
Looks
the
like
defensive
a
backfield.
possible holding
yeah,
call.
I was going to say maybe a holding because no one was in position for it to be a pass interference. And that's what they call defensive holding.
So really, it's the
It's the
Husky penalties
yes.
that's just giving the Pirates, all these yards. So not really still a whole lot of offense shown from the Pirates here. Like, it's the Husky defense is kind of giving it up willingly at this point.
I mean, they did have that nice completion of about 14 yards on a looks like on a third down play. But you're right. Other than that, it's been Husky penalties. That pass is complete to the far sideline, short, about 4 yards.
And after like that, they had 2 great completions, but 3 costly penalties so far. Like there was the holding call and 2 offsides.
Yeah, those are the type of things that just extend his drives. I mean, 37-0 with 53 seconds and counting. I mean, you could argue that there's maybe not a lot that can happen that can give the Pirates life, but you don't want to leave the door open for them in any way, shape, or form, particularly after the last 2 weeks the Huskies have had. Another pass complete outside. Pirates seem to be happy taking these 4-yard pass plays. Even though they're getting tackled right after the catch, it's still 4 yards, so you're still giving them situations where they find themselves in third and short. So eventually the Huskies are going to have to either get home on one of these blitzes or have to defend the corner as the teams are content to let the clock run out. It's 8 seconds and counting. And we're about to close the book on this third quarter with the Huskies up 37-0 over the Orange Coast College Pirates.
Huskies 37.
We'll be back after a brief break on SportsNetUSA.net. Started the fourth quarter, sees Orange Coast snap back, and they go for a fade pass into the end zone, and it's caught for the touchdown. So there goes the shutout dreams for the Huskies. Got the corner fade complete, and Orange Coast's first touchdown. So now the score is 37-6 with the extra point pending for the visitors. Kind of a mixed bag. You're up 37-0. Getting in the fourth quarter, you figure maybe the defense relaxes a bit. But after the past 2 games, you can question whether you want your defense to relax at all. If you're the Huskies, Coach Godinez. Extra point is up and through. So 37-7. Huskies lead with 14:53 in the final quarter here of this one. I'm Cerwin D. Haynes, Sports Information Specialist for East LA College Athletics. Alongside Albert Robles on the ones and twos here. Grateful for our partnership with SportsNetUSA.net to bring you Husky football for our home games for this season and previous seasons. Appreciate all the efforts and thank Ed Ford, owner of Sportsnet USA, for his partnership with East LA College Athletics. expanding our coverage from just football and basketball over the past couple of years into other sports such as volleyball and water polo. Hear Albert Robles' wonderful voice calling volleyball games. We'll have some volleyball games on sportsnetusa.net coming up in October. And we'll also have one in November as well. Volleyball team's off to the best start in program history at 15-3. Actually, they may be 16-3. Let me check their record here as we await kickoff. So yeah, 16-3 record for ELAC volleyball, best start ever in the history of the program. Major milestone a couple weeks ago, Albert, when they beat Mount Sac for the first time in program history.
That's a fantastic win for the program.
Indeed. Short kick here, fielded by the Gabriel Floyd. Maybe they should have thought about whether or not they wanted him to catch the ball. But he dances all the way to the other side of the field. Doesn't get much north-south, but he returns it to the 40. Did well to hold on to the ball. You know, sometimes those short line drive kicks can be a little screwy. Usually, it's interesting that Floyd was in that position on that kickoff because usually you would see him back. So maybe the Huskies figured, maybe they thought maybe it was going to be a short kickoff. Interesting. So the Huskies come back on offense, and sure enough, we mentioned about the third quarterback here for Huskies, Jillian Carter, sophomore out of Westchester, and here he is, getting some reps here. And with a 30-point lead in the fourth quarter, 14:43 left. And he decides he's going to try and run. He eludes a sack, eludes another, and he's dropped down after trying to elude about 3 or 4 defenders. He did a good job to elude one sack and keep his knee from touching the ground, but eventually the numbers game for Orange Coast caught up to him. Now, I'm not sure if that was how much of that was Orange Coast pressure, or maybe Carter got some happy feet and lost track of looking downfield. Either way, it's 2nd and 12 at the Husky 38 with 14:06 and counting left in this one. Carter drops back. He's going to run again. Finds some room on the outside. He's taking off, and he's out at looks like either the 47 or 48. So he got 10 back. He got 10 on that run. This is 3 yards short of the first down. So there's going to be 3rd and 3 at the Husky 47. A couple substitutions. You see Jalen Moore go out in favor of Andre Watkins. Running back. Watkins to the right of Carter. Run. Nope. Quick pass play and dropped. Tried to get Andre Watkins out in space, but I mean, pass kind of tailed away from him a little bit, but it did hit him on the hands. That's definitely a drop.
That was a drop. Was definitely like an under pressure throw, but he got it off.
He did.
Like, you got to be able to do something with it. Like when it hits you dead on like that,
yeah.
Even if it's not well thrown, you got to be able to come up with those. And it's not like they're in like a desperate play, but even then,
right.
like those are the types of plays where you need to be able to come up with it. Otherwise, under those more difficult high stress positions, you might not be able to be able to do it.
Right. And I mean, that was a situation where Carter, eluded the pressure, a little snap for the punt here. Decent line drive. Is going to take a Husky bounce inside the 10. Are they going to be able to down it before it goes to the side, inside the end zone? Yes, they do. Actually, they kind of pushed the ball out at the 4, but it'll be down at the 5. So once again, punt coverage, special teams coverage on these kicks. Excellent job of field position and controlling the field position game for East LA. 13:07 as we look upon a full moon, Albert. There's nothing you want to tell me right now that I have to worry about any type of weird things happening on a full moon.
Oh, it's still September. It's not that time of month yet.
Oh, I see. I see.
At least not for me. There are those who are like, nah, it's spooky season. I'm like it's still September.
Gotcha.
Talk to me tomorrow.
Well, it's September, and we talk about getting in the mood early for Halloween. How about people that get in the mood for Christmas already at this time of year?
Those people are something else.
First and 10 inside 5. Orange Coast finds a little running room to get to the 10.
I find that those people are probably, this might be a hot take, are a little more insufferable than those who are like, it's Halloween and it's, August.
You know, a 30-point lead, I think you allowed it to prevent some hot takes. Especially if you qualify, hey, it's a hot take. Yeah, Christmas for me is obviously very important, but it has its time and place, and I don't need it to start thinking about it in September. So, second and 4 here, and then look at a sack. Is this going to be in the end zone?
That is in the end zone. Oh, wait, no.
Wait, let's see. I'm going to say maybe his feet, he was outside the end zone. It looked like he got tackled in the end zone, but let's see what they say. They placed the ball, looks like at the 2.
I mean, there's definitely no forward progress to be gained there, but
Right.
my guess is probably like a shin or probably the knee came down before, like the defender spun him around.
That would have been a good eye there. Jackets Harvey with that sack. So 3rd and 12 from the Orange Coast 2. Dangerous territory if you're back that far backed up in your own end zone. Huskies set 5, deep pass, and it's overthrown on the far sideline, incomplete. Looking for Trevor Thomas on the far sideline. So they took a risk. Thought maybe they could get the receiver behind the cornerback. Kind of did, but the ball was overthrown.
Except
so now you have an even. We got a
injury timeout here.
Timeout.
Number 54 again for Orange Coast.
Oh, I thought maybe. Yeah, 50, he got dinged up early at his elbow, right?
Looks like it's that same arm that's giving him trouble.
Adam Nova. So they're going to take him off the field and tend to him. Hope he's all right. We're back on the field with 11:35 left in the 4th. Orange Coast is going to have to make sure this is a good, clean snap. If it sails off behind the punter, it's a safety. If it is bobbled, then you run the grave risk of having it blocked or even worse. Only one thing can work well for Orange Coast is just getting this punt off. High snap. And it barely gets the punt off. They're going to catch it, field it at the 30. He's still on his feet.
How is this possible?
The 16 cuts forward. He's got room. He's going to end up getting tackled at the 21. There's a flag on the near side field here.
Number 34 on the tackle for Orange Coast.
Brinkley Shoes with an electric, entertaining return.
Just bear wraps him.
No, that was a flag on the near sideline near the end of the play. So let's see what the call is. Looking for the white hat. He's still discussing the situation with his fellow referees. And we're going to see what the call is. Sometimes in situations like that, you'll see a hold on the return or some sort of blocking issue, or you may even see a hold on the return team. So, personal foul against Orange Coast.
Against the kicking team.
So, Huskies already with great field position, going to get even better as they go from taking the ball at the 25. Now they're going to take the ball at the 10. So they're going to adjust the down markers. Either this is going to be, looks like it might be, still, let's see if they're going to call it 1st and 10 or 1st and goal. Okay, so the ball's at the 11, so 1st and 10 from the 11 for the Huskies. Jillian Carter in that quarterback again. He's going to get the ball. Fake pass. Big handle pass, complete touchdown! Jillian Carter to Jalen Moore. 11-yard touchdown pass. And I believe that is Carter's first touchdown pass of the season. So he's got to feel, he's going to go home feeling good tonight. 43-7, 11:09 left in the game. Extra point pending.
Another excellent design pass play there. Looks like they faked the handoff, and then found the receiver right down the middle, open wide.
And the pass was on point, too. That was also important.
A bullet.
Low line drive kick is good. And Huskies enjoying a 37-point lead, 44-7 over the visitors from Orange Coast. Take a moment here to say hello to the SID over at OCC, Tony Altabelli. It's been a while since I've seen him. Since my first year with athletics, 2019, when Huskies went down to Orange Coast. Huskies set to kick off here. Let's see what Orange Coast does as we've got a line drive kick that's going to go into the end zone. So, touchback. As we've seen, that's actually a good thing for Orange Coast.
They'll gladly take the yards.
You know, the 20, sorry, 25. So, Huskies kind of relaxed on defense last series. Maybe not so much from relaxed in the sense not just from allowing yards, but mostly discipline-wise. Relaxed, probably feeling they were being up 30 points. They could just kind of take a breath, particularly with some subs in now. So Orange Coast will set up shop, 11:09 left after 25. Fake handoff, complete over the middle, and tackle. That's going to enough to move the sticks. Trevor Thomas, tight end for Orange Coast with the catch. Got 11 on that. It's like Congalton with not much to lose here, being down by a lot, is just starting to let it fly. Just quick passes here. And, oh, that ball was taken away by the Huskies. He's going down the field, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 10. It looked like the pass was complete, but just ripped away. And they're going to call it an interception. Tim Fleischhood having himself a heck of a game. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's not, that wasn't Fleischhood. That was Ty Sneed. Excuse me, Ty Sneed coming off the bench to make the big play.
Fantastic development there, because it looked like it was an absolute completion for the Pirates.
Indeed,
but
yeah.
it was still kind of under contention. He just kind of just ripped it out of his arms as he was trying to prevent him from that forward progress.
Mm-hmm. So just a mighty might of a play there by Sneed. I'm sure he's going to hope that somebody got that on camera. Wonderful play there by Sneed. Huskies once again with a short field as they set up shop 1st and 10 at Orange Coast 13. And they're going to go with the run. Won't get much inside. Maybe a yard or so. That was Maurice Newton, so number 27, running the ball. Got Newton out there, seeing some action. You got Keandre Douglas, who's kind of a hybrid wide receiver running back. He's out there. Of course, talk about Jillian Carter, the third quarterback. Also have, let's see, number 82, Jalen Hutton out there. So 2nd and 9. Snap, pass. Oh, dangerous pass, but caught after it was bobbled. Good effort there. Keandre Douglas.
Deflected for the completion.
Yeah, the pass it was a bit of a dangerous pass because he wasn't clearly open, but he stuck with the play and kept his concentration, and off the deflection made the catch. Good for a 7. So it'll be 3rd and 3 at the Orange Coast 11. 8:59 left in this one. Huskies up 44-7. Quick pass. Tried to go to back shoulder to Sean Campbell. Campbell couldn't quite get turned around. Probably the ball might have been a little out of bounds as well. You know, a lot of people love those back shoulder throws, but the placement is the key.
It's not easy.
No, it's not. It's not about having the arm strength. It's about having the touch and the control when you're rifling that ball and putting it in a place where only the wide receiver can catch it. So going 4th and 3. Huskies going for it, and why not at this point? Oh, Carter fooled everybody as he runs into the end zone for the touchdown. Fake handoff, completely fooled Orange Coast as they gobbled up the decoy running back. Carter was like, oh, you thought he had it? Psych. Let me run in here for
Pirates
7 yards
completely
here.
fell for that play because they were all over the running back on that handoff that wasn't, and just ran it in.
Good fake or excellent zone read. So 50-7, Huskies up with the extra point, up and good. 51-7 with 8:44 left in this one.
There was a stat that you mentioned earlier, Cerwin, of how many points does Orange Coast
Give up per game?
give up per game?
Okay, so they give up 336 yards per game altogether, and they're allowing 51.5 points per game.
What's our current score?
Huskies got 51. So, but just to go over the past 4 games, the results for Orange Coast. Allen Hancock gave it to them good at 73-14 in week 1. Moore Park then went down to Orange Coast and got themselves a 21-point win, 49-28. Then Orange Coast hosted Santa Barbara and didn't fare too well. They lost 48-14. And then at Cerritos, they took another loss, 36-15. So far, Orange Coast has not lost a game. Each game they've lost has been by 3 touchdowns or better. Huskies on the kickoff here has some trouble bringing down the Shane Shield there.
Probably one of the best returns for the Pirates so far today.
Yeah, that's saying a lot given the miscues they've had, particularly in the first half. So I'm looking at this full moon going behind the clouds. I don't see any extra hairs coming out of you anywhere, so I feel safe, Albert.
No, we're good.
Okay. You would tell me though, right?
Yeah.
Damn, you may have to get back sooner than you thought.
Where's the fun in that?
So Orange Coast will take over at their 30. 8:34 to go in this one. Quick pass. Almost intercepted. Fleischhood got 2 hands on the deflection.
Definitely has some hops, but just went through the fingertips.
He's looking at his teammate, Ty Sneed, thinking, Ty Sneed ripped one out of the hands, and maybe it's my turn to get a pick off for this far sideline. 8:26, 2nd and 10 for Orange Coast. Another short dump off pass complete. Drilled over the middle by a couple of Huskies. Get about 6 on that. 3rd and 4 at the 36. Huskies playing with mostly reserves now on defense. Good opportunity to get guys some game tape. Show blitz. Quarterback escapes. He's going to tuck it and run. And looks like he just got to the 40 before he ran out of bounds.
Good presence of mind there to know where those chains are.
Indeed. Make sure your feet didn't get tripped up as he was crossing the 40 right before he went out of bounds. So he got the 4 he needed. Fresh set of downs for Orange Coast.
And it's still great to see, that Orange Coast is still, putting in that same effort. Yes, it's very clearly a runaway for East LA today. But, you never want to take yourself out of the game mentally. You still always want to try to show up and get in those good reps. Because, no matter how, great you're playing or how good you're not playing, you still want to try and put in that effort day in, day out.
Guys here on both sides of the ball are trying to get in some good game tape. They're all trying to be able to get transfer opportunities and scholarships at the 4-year level. So if you could show even in a blowout that you still have some poise and still make your reads and still get completions. Not that time, though, as he's gobbled up by a sea of Huskies. I believe it was number 52, Dante Sharp, that got there first. Sharp got himself a sack.
We see Dante on our screen right now, all happy.
Again, when the deep reserves can come off the bench and they can get themselves and make themselves a play, they're happy because they get the play and they can get a highlight play, but also it's something that builds their game tape as they try to get some attention from the 4-year level as well. Coach Godinez, as many of our coaches pride themselves on getting guys players to the next level. So 2nd and long, and was that caught by Fleischheit? No, it doesn't say it's incomplete. Looks like he caught it. He caught it as he was going out of bounds.
He came up with the ball out of bounds, but I think he just kind of landed in the general area of the incompletion.
And we hear some commotion here as we got another deeper into the bench. You got Andrew Espinoza. You hear the Huskies sideline chanting something as $59 or $69. He's trying to. Oh, pass incomplete. Good.
Had a wide open target at number 12 for the Pirates, but just threw it out of reach.
Yeah, it kind of. I mean, he was not heavily pressured, but he was, scattering and trying to make the pass before he crossed the line of scrimmage, and just fired it a little too quickly. And the Huskies force another punt here.
Pirates had an open target right down the middle, but as the play developed, 12 definitely got open. He was able to see it, but just unable to execute.
And I believe that was 59, Aaron Flores, a freshman out of Downey, who hustled in on that play, that last play. Pirates, 3 guys protecting. Snap is up, and the kick is in, and a low line driver caught. Good job of focus there to hang on to that one. That's Bryson Corbin. Yep, Corbin fielded that. He got tackled right away, but the way he caught that line drive, again, those line drivers, kicks are always a little nerve-wracking because they come at you at such an angle and such speed that, if you don't have maximum concentration, you can drop it. especially when you have gunners from the kicking team breathing down your neck. Well, it wasn't down your neck, but probably breathing in your face, flying at you. So good concentration. And so the Huskies will take over on offense again. Let's see, a couple of new guys, Kamarian Thornton, number 2. Freshman of Monterey Park, North Carolina, in Charlotte. Oh, that pass is incomplete.
That's a drop.
It's a drop. Anton Martin, it was a drop, although it looked like perhaps maybe it wasn't.
He wasn't quite angled
yeah,
correctly
it was
for
a weird
it.
angle he threw. Carter threw it at. Maybe he wasn't expecting it on that side of his body, the ball on that side of his body. So 2nd and 10. It's 5:41 left in this one. Huskies up big, 51-7. And Carter's going to run it himself. He's got some speed. He gets kind of clothesline in the back a bit as he goes down. But with his progress, he looks like he got 12 on that run.
Just enough for that first down.
Move the chains. Again, we're talking about guys who backup guys who are have an opportunity here to get some game tape. We'll talk about number 15, Jillian Carter. So this is a sophomore. So, you know, he would love the opportunity to be able to make some plays here. Obviously, at this point now, but it's not about the score. It's about your guys getting the repetitions and some exposure. You never know who's watching. Fake handoff. Carter slings it sideline to near side complete, number 82. Try to fight for that first down marker. Jalen Hutton did. The catch. And from where they're placing the ball, looks like he got the first down. 4:34 left. 51-7, Huskies lead visiting Pirates of Orange Coast College. 4:23 to go. Again, we're, as the great Marv Albert would say, extended garbage time. But important for the guys in the game as they're trying to get some game tape. There's a handoff to the near side, number 35. Turns the corner, gets some room, and he's tackled at the, looks like the 35 or 34.
Good enough for another Husky first down.
Either way, good enough for another Husky first down. So now, I guess if any question remains on this game, Albert, is will the Huskies score before time, before we get up to the zeros here? You got to, obviously they're not going to rush because you're up by 44 points. So you're not going to rush the clock. You're not going to do hurry up or anything like that.
At this stage, they can definitely take all the time that they need. Like, play clocks are going to run down to like less than 5 seconds for almost every play that they're going to, make here. No need to really wait to utilize as much clock as they can.
So that's the short run, maybe a yard there. Antoine Martin, freshman running back out of Birmingham Charter out in Van Nuys. Obviously, this game is already academic, but I'm just wondering how many plays will be left if we have 2:36 and counting. 2nd and 10 from 36. There's going to be another handoff. This one to Smith, who somehow manages to stay on his feet as he's grabbed and yanked up by at least 4 Pirates before he's brought down for a gain of 2.
Smith is absolutely something else in this game. Like he gets hit and just stays up. He took like maybe 3 or 4 hits on that last play, and I don't know how many other hits on previous plays, and just keeping every single possible touch or carry he gets alive.
Thomas Smith is a sophomore out of Gavitt, Indiana. Hammond. So a 5'8" sophomore, small guy, 5'8", 155. So you got to think of him more as a scat back type of guy, but man, he's got some speed and he runs with conviction. Huskies pass, off the fingertips, incomplete. Antoine Martin, attended receiver. So, I mean, it's 4th and 8, but you're at the Orange Coast 34. Thought maybe the Huskies was just run another offensive play, and if you make it, you make it. If you don't, you don't. Was it worth at this point? But looks like they're going to get a punt in here. They practice for pitting the ball deep. 1:38 left in this one. Huskies with a 44-point lead, 51-7.
Should expect a lot of hang time here on this particular punt.
Sometimes, in these blowouts, sometimes you see certain things being called and certain plays called. It's not just about the score, it's just about getting live reps. And basically, this is the best part of practice. You're getting in-game practice for certain situations, and looks like the Huskies decided to take a delay a game on purpose.
Fairly common tactic just to kind of give yourself a little extra kicking space.
Mm-hmm.
And also kind of put your kicks right within the range that you know you can hit.
Mm-hmm. Also a better chance to pin it inside the 10 or inside the 20. Okay, so let's see. He gets the punt off. It hangs, and it's going to take good effort there by Bryson Corbin to try to knock that ball out before it got inside the pylon there, but it will be a touchback.
Another great punt, but special teams just couldn't get to the ball in time.
Yeah, it bounced away from the gunner of the kicking team.
Yeah, a little too much of a Husky bounce.
Yeah, a little too much. So Orange Coast take over at 25. Let's see if they'll run a play or if they'll just take a knee and decide to wrap this one up. You think they have a chance to execute a couple of plays here? Looks like they will. You got okay, so what happened there? Was there a delay of game called or something? Because they moved them back 5, so now. Okay, so
that or they're just getting everything right.
Okay, so 1st and 10 from the 20, and it's going to be a handoff run up the middle for about 4. Number 92 got him first, which is Ari Harvey. There are 3 Harveys on the team, Albert. There's Jacquez Harvey, who's usually there's a regular Ari Harvey. They're both from the same high school, Locke. And then you have Damari Harvey, who's also from Locke. And the running back is stuck up there. A gang of Huskies there as we got 49 seconds left. Loss of 1.
Play clock about 6 seconds ahead of the game clock, so
they have to run one more play. And probably be a run. We'll see. 22 seconds left. 13 seconds left on the play clock. So this will be could possibly be the last play of the game. It's a run to number 11, Paul Mendoza. Looks like he got the first down, but again, doesn't matter because that's it. Zeros on the board, and we are done here, Albert. Huskies with a nice bounce back win off for 2 rough weeks on the road. Big win against Orange Coast College. The final score, Huskies 51, the Pirates 7. The teams meet at the 50-yard line to shake hands. See if we can get some post coverage on either Twitter or IG. Thank you, Rich. So again, Albert, nice bounce back win. Huskies did what they needed to do against an opponent that, by looking at the numbers, the opponent they should beat. And they took care of business. and they executed on all three aspects of play. They executed well offensively, executed well defensively, and especially well, I would say, just as good if not better on special teams.
I would say like extra credit goes to special teams.
Indeed, yes.
Like that safety play was just phenomenal. Like one, the punt was fantastic.
Yes.
And then just to like swarm all over the ball, like after like they miffed the return, to get that safety, and then the offense coming up right on top of that, you know, for the play afterwards to score another 7 was just fantastic. And like just the punting game from these special teams for these Huskies was great all game. You know, at least like 2 or 3 touchbacks like for the actual punting game. At least 3 other punts within the 15-yard line, pinning back the Pirates multiple times. Like they kept the Pirates at very, very safe distance this whole game, just from that aspect alone.
Yeah, the first half, Huskies played the field position game really well. Averaged almost 40 yards a punt on their 5 punts, so got some good air time. Also, got 165 return yards over total. Some other numbers here. Defense not giving Orange Coast much per play. 71 plays for Orange Coast, only averaged 2.9 yards per play. So obviously that's showed a really good effort. Huskies got almost over 5.5 yards per play on their 61 offensive plays. Total offense decidedly in the Huskies' favor, 347 to 203. Huskies only 3 of 12 on third down, and that kind of showed maybe in the some spots in the first half where they kind of struggled a little bit. But that's where, again, the special teams defense and then special teams really came into play because they gave the Huskies great field position on offense. So, let's see, so get some individual numbers. 3 quarterbacks played for the Huskies. Trillian Harris was 9 of 15 for 112 yards and a touchdown. Frank Alvarez, 8 of 14 for 95 yards and a touchdown. And Jillian Carter, who's 3 of 7 for 11 yards and his first touchdown of the season. Kind of a group effort running for the rushing game overall for the Huskies. Believe it or not, Jillian Carter was the lead rusher. He had 4 rushes for 24 yards. Jake Honstetter, 2 rushes for 19 yards. Tyler Smith, we talked about him a lot, number 10, 5 rushes for 16 yards. Had himself a touchdown. Keandre Douglas, 2 rushes for 12 yards, put an 11-yard touchdown rush. And Gabriel Floyd, red zone specialist, another touchdown for Floyd. He was 3 rushes of 8 yards, but he had a 4-yard rush, particularly that touchdown run in the corner where he just kind of jogged in the end zone. No, the defender couldn't get him.
Made it look extremely easy.
Extremely easy. So, I said it was the leading receiver for the Huskies. He had 4 catches for 74 yards. Keandre Douglas followed him with 5 catches for 46 yards. Yeah, Jalen Hutton with 3 catches, 37 yards. Jalen Moore, 3 catches for 27 yards. We had 2 touchdowns on the day, 2 catches. Ethan Rodriguez. Actually, let's see. Punted. Let's give a star to Aiden Driscoll. 5 punts for 199 yards. He averaged almost 40 yards a punt. His longest punt was 48. 3 punts within the 20.
3 within the 20.
3 within the 20.
Fantastic.
Excellent punting game. In a game where we had contributions from all over, you can argue that Aiden Driscoll should get the big star of the game. And usually you wouldn't say that on a blowout win where the punter would get props. But this game, because his leg and his punting was able to allow the Huskies to play the field position game, particularly in the first half, that helped ultimately get their offense on track. Oh. Let's see, defensive stars for the Huskies. We got a lot of guys with some numbers here. The sacks, Dante Sharp had a sack. Jacquez Harvey had a sack. Trayvon Thomas, 1.5 sacks. Tamir Jackson, Tim Fleischer, Zach Camarena also all credited with half a sack. Jackson had 3 tackles for losses. Damari Harvey had 2 tackles for losses. And then you had Tim Fleischer and who I thought had a really good game. And Trayvon Thomas with 1.5 tackle for losses. So, Ty Snead came in. He had 3 total tackles, but he had that big interception. That's the one he just ripped the ball away from the wide receiver.
Yeah, he took that for 30 yards.
Yeah, he took that for 30 and set the Huskies up for a touchdown. So, again, contributions all around, all 3 phases of the game. You can argue that special teams, I would put special teams as the big star, the defense right behind them, and then offense in terms of this game for the Huskies as they bounce back from 2 tough road losses to get back on the winning side. 51-7 is the final score here from Weingart Stadium. I'm Cerwin D. Haynes, Sports Information Specialist at East LA College, along with Albert Robles on the 1s and 2s, helping me out. Appreciate it. Always a pleasure, Albert.
Yes, sir.
And we'll be back here in 3 weeks for a big one, Mount Sac. First time in, I believe, 3 or 4 years, Mount Sac has come here to Weingart. So, and
that'll be a game.
Yeah, that'll be a game about Mount Sac's a big rival for us in football, but a big rival for us all together because they play each other a lot in other sports in the South Coast Conference. So that'll be a huge game. So make sure you're either here for that one or you tune in to Sportsnet USA. And just want to say good night to everybody and go Huskies.
Good night, everyone.